All right, we're talking about in Jubilees 2:19 through 21. He said to us, I will now separate for myself a people among nations. Ding, 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 you've got nations. So that's something to pay attention to. And they will keep Sabbath and sanctify them as my people, and I will bless them. They will be my people, and I will be their God. Seems like I've heard that before.
He said it once or twice, I
Yes,
think.
he did. And he chose the descendants of Jacob among all of those whom I have seen. I have recorded them as my firstborn son, and I have sanctified them for myself. All the ages of eternity, the seventh day, I will tell them, so that they may keep my Sabbath on it from everything, as he blessed them and sanctified them for himself as a special people. Out of all the nations, ding, 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 nations, and to be keeping the Sabbath together with us. And then over in the book of Jubilees 6:17, Jake will read this piece about Noah.
So for this reason it has been ordained and written on the heavenly tablets that they should celebrate the festival of weeks during this month, once a year, to renew the covenant each and every year. So there's that idea of a renewing of the covenant, like we mentioned, and during Feast of Weeks.
Yeah, and I didn't put it on here, but I don't know why I didn't. The story of Abraham when he makes the covenant, and Yahuwah makes him fall asleep, and the animal carcass is split in two, and Abraham is over here, and Yahuwah passes between the carcasses, and it was all, the covenant is all on Yahuwah.
Yeah.
And that to me, because I think of there could even be a Shavuot connection, because you've got the burning lamp, or the fire.
The fire, right? Mm-hmm. The furnace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That passes through, and you've got covenant splitting, you've got blood.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
Probably on a mountain.
Maybe a loose
Lots
connection.
of mountains over there.
It was, yeah. Mm-hmm. So anyway, so Noah. Did you read that?
Yes. Israel set out from Hebron from his house on the first of the third month. He went by way of the well of the oath and offered a sacrifice to the Elohim of his father Isaac on the seventh day of this month. When Jacob remembered the dream that he had seen in Bethel, he was afraid to go down to Egypt. But as he was thinking about sending word to Joseph that he should come to him and that he would not go down, he remained there for 7 days on the chance that he would see a vision, whether he should remain or go down. All right, your turn.
He celebrated the harvest festival, the first fruits of grain, with old grain, because in all the land of Canaan there was not even a handful of seed in the land, since the famine affected all the animals, the cattle, the birds, mankind as well. 44:5. On the 16th, the Elohim appeared to him and said to him, Jacob, Jacob. So, but what I wanted to highlight here was these dates, and additional events of being on the 15th and 3rd. So in 14:10, you have a covenant between the pieces, and that's what I was referring to, I guess, earlier. I got ahead of myself. 16:13, the birth of Isaac, fulfillment in covenant with Laban, 29:7. So
right. So these would have all happened around midpoint of the third month, which pretty much aligns with when Shavuot would be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that, I do think, it doesn't spell out necessarily this is Shavuot, but,
right.
But timing, it makes sense that that's a possibility.
Right. But even then, when we go to the first Shavuot that they're told about on the mountain, it doesn't specifically say that's Shavuot or that's the exact time of Shavuot. We assign it. This is when the law was given on Sinai, but it doesn't specifically say that. That's, but you can infer that that's what's going on.
Yeah, yeah. And then in Samson, we have an interesting story. So we've got with Samson and Judges, I'm not sure what part of Judges, it just says 19. So I guess you got to go look it up. Surely you can find the story of Samson. I did. And if I can find it, you can find it too. So Manoah took a young goat and a grain offering and sacrificed them to Yahuwah on a rock, and he used it as an altar. While Manoah and his wife watched, Yahuwah did something miraculous as the flame went up to heaven from the altar. Fire. The messenger of Yahuwah went up in the flame. When Manoah and his wife saw this, they immediately bowed down with their faces touching the ground. So
That sounds similar.
yeah,
You got this flame.
flame going
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
So
There's a messenger there.
yes. Mm-hmm.
My turn? Oh, go ahead.
And the messenger of Yahuwah didn't appear again to Manoah and his wife. Then Manoah knew that this had been the messenger of Yahuwah. So Manoah said to his wife, "We will certainly die because we've seen Elohim."
Ooh. So there you go.
So, and then anything else about that, Jake?
It's just interesting that you have all these places that unless you're studying it and trying to find what the connections are and trying to understand what Yahweh's telling you, digging in, you don't really see this stuff. You read past it, but knowing that Yahweh puts these patterns in place, you see, oh well, there's this. It just happens to be this fire going up here, and oh well, that's happened before. When, and when you see it kind of every time, it kind of points to something that he's trying to tell us. So
Yeah.
So keep your ears open for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then just the last slide we have here, there's some more sources that you can look up. So when I first looked at that, I thought it was saying dolphin, but
Yeah.
it's idol, isn't it?
Idle fin. I don't know. It could say a lot of things.
So, but definitely there's some other places that you can find some additional information, and I put those in there, and I will make this available as a PDF on my website, on our website, the Sabbath Lounge. And once again, we appreciate you tuning in and giving this a listen. We ask you to give it a like, give us some comments, some maybe
comments.
you can say maybe next time don't do your faces.
Yeah.
It's just too much for the internet. I realize the internet may explode, but I'm willing to take that chance. So
You're a brave man.
yes,
You're a brave man.
I'm very brave. I'm very brave. I'm ready for the I don't know what I'm ready for. But
Everything. You're ready for everything.
That's right, at all times.
So some comments, some questions. We might be able to answer them. Who knows?
Yes. And you can find Jake on the Hebrew Hammer.
Yes.
gmail.com.
Yep. So reach out and take the Hebrew Hammer challenge on the Sabbath Lounge website.
Yes, you should do that. If you can actually go to the Sabbath Lounge website, and there's a search box, and you can type in Hebrew Hammer, and it should take you to that link. So if not, let me know. I'll make sure that it does. So I'll have the technology department work on that.
Right.
So,
A big team of folks behind us.
Yes, that's
to make
right.
this whole thing
You
run
just
so
wouldn't-
smoothly.
You wouldn't believe the size of our team.
Yes.
So, yeah. We wouldn't either. But that's it. I think we're just going to ramble now, and we'll save you from that. So we appreciate you taking time to be here at Shabbat Lounge, and we ask, and just like if I can steal what Zach says, go home, read your Bible. It's good advice. That's what we all should be doing. And so in these troubling times, prepare yourself, because time is short, and you can't help but look at the world events, and you can't I definitely think there are things here we're supposed to pay attention to and learn.